All right, so I took two trades today. Um, I took two trades in the same area. Um, and then after that, didn't take anything else. Most of this was led by VIX and NQ. So I'm gonna go over the two trades here. Goes a picture. This is the first trade. The entry came here. We had I had this level here. This is from this level here. My Heikin level was right here at 52.84. 52.84.75. We came. Wow, I didn't even notice that we came close to it, but we didn't touch it. It looked like we touched it while we were trading, and I wanted price to come a little deeper, but I took the entry because price looked like it was ready to go, and I bought here, and that trade didn't work out too well. This is VIX. VIX looked like it was rejecting up here. NQ looked like it was holding the previous day low. So I said, let me get into it before price actually decides to take off. NQ was at the level where I marked the ES level. It's not truly marked, but this is where the area was. So between 52.84.75 and point of control. So this is where E and Q was. VIX looked like it was rejecting 14.4 with these upper wicks. So but then price started dropping very harshly, and then I took an exit. Upon taking my exit, I took an entry. So I took an exit here, and then I took my entry right at the same area because my stop loss was here, and then it would bounce. And I took my entry because, well, this is where I initially wanted my entry to be. We bounced off of the opening candle. We bounced off of my Heikin. You can't see it here. If I go into this candle here, I'm gonna mark. Let's get rid of all of this. Let's go default, and then we're going to just go to it real quickly. And all right, yeah. So this was at here, right here. So this is where my Heikin was. If you go into level, we broke out. This candle here is the Heikin candle that this is the long Mariposa candle that you saw, right? And then we created a bit of a level here, which I was interested in, and these candles stayed above it, and I wanted price to come down to this area specifically, which we did. We came down to it here, and then we bounced. All right, so if I go back to the Heikin, you can see that we created a bit of a gap. The price is up here trading, but hasn't really touched here. That's where I took my first entry. Actually, yeah, we did kind of touch it, but I needed a hammer candle is what I really needed. But I took it because I thought price was gonna go. I could have had my stop loss right down here, but since I entered at a higher point, and I really wanted my stop loss to be here and my entry to be here, I wanted it to be like this. This is what I was really looking for as far as my entry. Stop loss here, and then we would be aiming a lot higher, but I adjusted my stop loss to initially to here to the bottom of this candle since I entered up here, since we're moving away from it, and then we started pushing up, and then price fell and came back down. These long candles deterred me from staying in the trade, and then so I took the exit while it was tumbling, and that was the first trade. Second trade, like I said, came right away. The minute that this candle closed, I looked to enter. I got in right here. Price pushed up to my 2-1 level. My stop loss was right at the low end of this candle. We started moving. My goal was 52.29.75, but first the previous day low, which is this here. So that was my first goal, but my main goal was here. So we got up, as you can see, to that level. Um, we consolidated, waiting for the price to get to the low. I thought about exiting a few times, and then I just said, you know what, let me just move my stop loss to 252.90. At least I will cover the cost of entry and hopefully make up some of what I lost in the previous trade. And then as price struggled up there, I took two trades off. I had three MES contracts. I took two lots off, and then I had my stop loss basically near entry, and then I ended up getting stopped out. Right. So like I said, same trades, two trades, same area. Worked out pretty well. And then throughout the entire duration of the day, my entry area was the next low of the day, as it was being supported. Um, I was looking for VIX to break this, but VIX kept holding it, and I could have looked for a long instead, because NQ was also supporting the value area low from yesterday, and also then supporting initial balance high, and ES was also rejecting initial balance high and the previous day low. So right at the end of the day, we had this strong sell-off, and the sell-off really started picking up right around here, when we had almost of matching volume of the opening, like a little bit more than half of the opening, because I had this mark. Let's go back to let's do this real quick. Let's see what the half was, so we can adjust it. It was not telling me. What's our mid? I guess this one is, no, I have to go to here explained. Our mid was 7551.5. So 7551 was our mid volume of the highest volume of the day. So if we go here, you see that volume really picked up right here. Where we're over right here, where we got back around the mid, and then from there price just fell off. We dropped, closed, came back to it, and then fully sell off, and then into whatever I guess what is it? Whatever news, what are those things called? Dividend news, I guess. Earnings reports that came out. So yeah, so that became the next area to look for, as far as volume. It's a 50% level of the initial balance. So it was a nice sell-off. Probably could have caught it up here, as price did give potential signs of selling off. Just was hard to catch them, but we had this here. If I add my indicator, we had a bearish engulfing here, and then we kind of like stayed within that range. So we just had to look for signs of selling, which came in at 525. Would have been a nice one. And then we had an engulfing candle after we broke out of that channel, and then price sold off for a good let's go to the closing, which is 15. We got 14 points, we could say 11 points, and then earnings came, so 24 points, right? But you have to open and close your positions. But a nice, you're scared, about 5 points to 11 points, and then into the 15-minute marker, which is this one here, 14 points. So now look like we're still selling off, and VIX has been at a upward trend since it rolled over. If we go on the daily chart here, we came down with bounce, we broke out of this channel and have been continuing up higher. So we don't know where exactly it's going to stop, so I'm just gonna keep monitoring it. But that's it